Hello, and welcome to Connect Your Text Tip of the Week. I'm your host, Matthew McNamara. Last week, we looked at a few ways to save data on your iPhone. And on this week's episode, we're going to look at another way, which is disabling something called iMessage for the text messaging on your iPhone. When it comes to sending a text message on your iPhone, Apple uses its own service called iMessage. This is done by default. This allows Apple users to see their text messages on multiple devices like iPads and Mac computers. So how is that even possible? Well, your mobile network is actually divided into two parts, voice and data. Phone calls and text messages go through the voice section of the mobile network, while email, apps, and everything else go through the data section. So, normally, when someone sends a text to someone else and both parties are using any phones other than iPhones, the text message gets sent over the voice section of the mobile network. So the message goes from one phone number to another phone number. Apple products are controlled strictly through your Apple ID, so when you set up your iPhone, you associate your phone number with an Apple ID. If someone with an iPhone texts another iPhone user, the Apple servers kick in and detect that the message is coming from and going to another Apple device. So rather than sending over the mobile network, they actually use data to send the message. So it's no longer phone number to phone number, but rather Apple ID to Apple ID. That's how it makes it possible to see text messages on your iPad or Mac computer when you are signed in with your Apple ID. So iMessage uses data and not the voice network. The main benefit to this is that it eliminates long-distance charges for text messaging and picture messaging between Apple users. The main downfall to this is that when you are not on Wi-Fi, you're going to chew through your data like crazy. Now, some people are aware of this and have already turned it off. However, simply turning off iMessage is not a proper solution and will only cause headaches and missed messages. There is a solution on how to properly disable it and save on data. The solution is that you have to break the association between your Apple ID and your phone number. Now, before I show you this, just remember two things. You will no longer be able to send or receive text messages on your other Apple devices like your iPad and your Mac, and depending on the type of phone plan that you have, you could be facing long-distance charges when texting people. But if you don't care about either of those things, the big benefit is that disassociating your ID, you will now be able to save a lot of data because all text messages will be forced back over the voice network just like all other cell phones out there. So to start, first you have to turn off iMessage. Tap on Settings, tap on Messages, and then toggle the switch next to iMessage to off. From the same screen, tap on the Send and Receive, tap on your Apple ID, and then tap on Sign Out. And that's it. Now all your text messages will go through the voice part of the mobile network and not use any of your data. When an iPhone user texts you going forward, it's going to treat you like any other cell phone, and the text will come over the voice part of the network. If you find for any reason that you're still missing messages, it is recommended that you go ahead and change your Apple ID password directly from the website. Then sign back into iCloud on your device. Just make sure that you don't sign back into Settings Messages or turn iMessage back on. However, if you ever wanted to switch back and start using iMessage again for any reason, that's all that you would have to do to reassociate your ID with your phone number. So there you have it. That's the proper way to disable iMessage and save on data big time. I hope that you liked this video, and if so, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel and share it. As always, thanks for listening, and this has been your Tech Tip of the Week.